Let's pick up from where we left off. Which, if I remember, we learned what night soil actually is, and it's disgusting. It's fucking disgusting. Alright. What do we need? We need to find ourselves some grass seeds. Which, you know what? Oh, we can actually do that puzzle now, so let's go do it. Actually, now that I'm thinking about it. So we need to find some muddy, goopy hands. Additionally, we need to plant more seeds. We need to plant a total of 48 more seeds, actually. Sugarcane. I love how I somehow managed to not even hit the one square I needed to. There we go. Ba-da-na-na-na-na-na-na. Ma-na-na-na-na-na. Alright, we still need... Here they are. Goopy poopy hands. Poopy goopy goopy. We're gonna kill them dead. We're gonna dead them kill. We're gonna kill the goop poop. There we go. Hello! We're killing them dead. There we go. Kill him dead. How you doing, though? We just solved the puzzle. Oh, we just solved the puzzle. We just solved the puzzle. We got a mini medal. Alright, more goopy poopy hands. Let's go. They look adorable in our turtle shell, by the way. Oh, I'm sorry you're feeling not so great. Turtle shell and pigtails. The combo of a weirdo. That's me! I thought there'd be something here. But what's that? Huh? I see another puzzle. And here I was just about to teleport away. You want to be a little jealous? Tagalongs. Oh. I don't really know what they want us to do in this one, so... I'm gonna guess probably just make them the same. I can't really see a difference. Unless... I don't really see the problem is the problem. You know? I also have Reese's. The marshmallow top ones. Usually the thing is... Of course. I really can't tell what I'm supposed to do. There it is. Your boy figured it out. I had a Reese's I had forgotten existed. Wanna know what it was? Oops, did not mean to put that in there. It was a giant Reese's with potato chips in it. It had just the right amount of salt. It was really good. If you've never had it, I recommend you give it a try. Unfortunately, I only had one. So, naturally, it's gone now. Sleeping on the job, Crow. We're the old sleepy crow. You know what? That should be good enough for now. Let's go back to the Funky Field Farm. Nom 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 nom. I unfortunately do not have the za. I just like ringing the bell to make people leave my room. Alright. How do I tidy up? There we go. Oh, we finally figured out what night soil is, by the way. Yeah, remember? We need night soil to make the food for our wriggly friend. You want to guess what it is? It's poop! Yup. Just check the pot in that tiny room. But I made some. I don't understand what my quest is. I made you worm food. Oh. He just wants me to place it down somewhere then. Yay, I grew a level? I didn't even have to do anything. Training dogs. Oh, did ya see that, Crow? We made that grass from scratch, so we did. Now I can keep making grass for as long as we can, keep making worm food. Before long, we could have the whole island green again. Oh my goodness, did you make that worm food yourself, Crow? How'd you do it? What in the world did you make it out of? What do you mean, you know what? If I knew, I wouldn't have asked you. Most impressive. He just teleported! Black magic! The corruption has been purified and grass grows upon the earth once more. Keep this up and we shall have feral field back in the fine fettle before we know it. Hey, not bad. When we're finished here, let's get this guy to work his magic back on the Isle of Awakening. Lulu will throw a fit. Oh, thanks everyone. I couldn't have done it without your help. If we keep at it, we might be able to grow some nice little flowers growing too. Flowers? I've always wanted to see flowers. I've only ever heard about them in stories. Can't wait for that day to come. Wait, something's coming. Ba-da-da-da-dun-dun-dun. We can make a bath towel, but that's no fun. Training togs. Are these better than what I have? No. I would be faster, but I think we're good enough. Looks like the children of Hagen are massing up for a big attack, Crow. A real battle? Finally, I'm so excited I can't even. Do you reckon they want to, like, smash the whole farm up? I suspect that is exactly their intention. Must do everything within our power to defeat them. If you haven't already, could you do us a solid and get us out with the sweetest weapons you can? I mean, I don't have any weapons to give you guys, so I just give weapons as I'm told. Oh, frickin' clouds, dude. So I specifically made our farm like this. There's one entrance, everything else is either a gap or like 3 or 4 blocks high. So we don't have to worry about anything making it into our base. How's it feel to be back in this game now? Good. Glad to hear it. Seven more. I like how this big Boney's just like, you can't hurt me! I am all bony! Oh. Ow. Heh heh heh. We defeated the ruffians! The ruffians have been roughed up! Gosh, Crow, that was an even tougher fight than the one before. Seems like the children of Hagen really have it in for us. It is lamentable, Rosie, and yet unavoidable. I do not see any way to broker a peace between us. Crow, do you know the brainy Bad Boon? I am a mere passer, but he is the primate of Furrowfield. Not only does he outrank me by far, but his control over this island is absolute. He's away at present, but when he returns, I will attempt to make him see reason. I may be able to convince him of the Deitree's value, but this mere sapling will not sway him. If I'm going to stand any chance of proving its worth, we must grow the Deitree to her full might. Alright then, Al, so when are you actually gonna get your hands dirty and start helping us? What? Yeah, matter of sight. You live here on the farm with all the rest of us builders. When are you gonna join in? You expect me, an avatar of destruction, to become a builder? Okay. It is an interesting proposal, I'll grant you that. Perhaps I may even consider it. One day. Alright, it's a deal. Come on, Growl, let's grow 2 more types of crops, complete the pastor's task, and make this place the finest farm on Furrowfield. Let's do it. Look at that doggy, he's just like, ruff, ruff. Seems our dear farm was damaged in that last battle. No, it wasn't. Worry not, for we are builders. Leave this to us and we shall have the repairs completed in no time. There was literally no damage done. What did you guys even restore? There's nothing to restore. It were blimmin' scary when the children of Argon attacked, weren't it? None of us was hurt though, and that's what matters. Do you remember what Rose said about how we could have an harvest festival once we'd done all that stuff we'd need to do for the Deitree? Well, I can't blimmin' wait for her. I figured I could speed things along by helping you with them seeds you need. According to Pastor Al, there's an old bridge that used to Furrowfield bog that they used to grow a different kind of crop somewhere on the other side. Indeed, it is said there was a vast tomato farm that spiraled over the area to the east of the bog, until the children of Hagen destroyed it, that is. There may yet be seeds buried underneath the soil there. With the aid of your new friend, Taco, you might just be able to find them. Just like sugarcane, there is a particular trick to growing tomatoes, or so I have heard. Alas, I have never seen them grown and can offer you no guidance in this regard. I suggest you search the same area for someone who can tell you what must be done. Well, there you go then, Crow. Rest is up to you. Go find us 30 tomato seeds. Tomato. So glad we were able to defend ourselves against those awful monsters. We might be so lucky next time. That's why we need to find some more seeds. I've been talking with the farmers who joined us recently. They told me about a different crop we might be able to grow. Apparently, someone buried pumpkin seeds deep in the rainforest, so the children of Hagen wouldn't find them. It's on the other side of Furrowfield Bog. Okay. So... lots to do down here, eh? Cool. Oh my god, these guys are just so impatient. No, I do not want to make 52 simple supper sets. Would you like a simple supper set? Would you like some sir? Alright. We're not close, but I'm gonna ring the bell anyway and take it all. Hehehehe. Perfect. And now we teleport. Hello, me handsome. I love how you can just ring the bell and everyone comes and says hi to everybody. They're like, hello! We're so happy. Happy and free. Dun, 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 ding, diddy, diddy. I'd like to point out we stole water from this area. Can you tell? Can you tell we stole water from here? Alright. We're gonna check underneath Al's house. Actually, there's a couple of sus places I want to check out. Want to know a fun fact? With Gilbert Gottfried's passing, they found that he had over 200 hours. That's right, 200 hours of, like, unused Aladdin content. It's something written on the signpost. This way to pass Al's cabin. It's a caterpillar, Billa. Look at his ugly face. It's got like a beak. Ow. What is he? Is he a bird or a caterpillar, Billa? Caterpillar Billa Billa. This is the time for a caterpillar rap, yo. Caterpillar rap gang, yo. The poison needle. Oh, you don't look so good there, Meliodas. Well, try not to die. Well, if it isn't a human, and one with a huge grin on her face, too, you look like a mouse who found a wheel of cheese. Anyway, let me tell you about this bridge. It leads to a tomato farm, or at least the ruins of one. That's all that's left since the children of Hagen got to it. There might still be some tomato seeds in there somewhere, but you need a furrow field retriever to sniff them out. Okay. We'll go there soon. I've got exploration. We got to explorate. Ow. I want to pet Rain Cloud. Am I alone in that thought? You know, some people want a pocket full of sunshine. I just want a floating rain cloud. She's got a pocket full of sunshine. I've got a rainy cloud of all my own. My own. Alright. And trying to explore everything in this map's gonna be like nigh impossible. Treasure! Ow, my ankles. Ow, my other ankles. Yay! Yay! I take my own path. Oh, I thought there was a treasure chest right there. I got excited for a second. Lily pads! Ow, my ankles. Aw, nothing in them. Ah. A tomato. Hey, I've never seen a seed like that before. Could that be a tomato seed? We'll still need to figure out how to plant them. Oh. We found the seeds. Time to fall asleep. Oh, nope. Wake up time. Shh, doggy. Tomatoes, my favourite. Oi! You've got some nerve coming up to a big bag orc like me with that dopey grin on your face. So, is there something you want from me? Yeah. You're growing a new Deitree and you need to learn how to farm some more plants to finish the job? That's a pretty plucky thing for a scrawny little human like you to do. Don't you know that everyone here follows the children of Hagen? Got guts, kids. I'll tell you a thing or two that might come in handy. Once upon a time, this was where it used to be a tomato farm. If you look hard enough, you might even be able to find some seeds still buried around the place. If you do manage to find some tomato seeds, come back here and I'll show you how to grow them. What's that? You found some tomato seeds already? I've been waiting a long time for someone like you to come along, a worthy human of learning the ancient secrets of tomato growing. Alright, listen carefully. To grow tomatoes, you need planting poles. You can't just stick the seeds in the ground and expect them to grow. Tomatoes can get pretty heavy, too heavy for the vines to support them if you don't place the planting pole to hold them up. They'll collapse under their own weight. It also helps to dig a ditch around your plants. If you fill it with water, the soil will stay wet without needing to be watered. Rain can water your crops for you too, but the soil will still dry out over time. You can't expect the weather to do all the work for you. Got a field right here, why don't you try growing some tomatoes in it? So my question is, like, how do, like... Like that, how did we as people learn how to grow some of these things? Just trial and error? Alright, looks to be like you've done everything the orc said. Do you reckon they'll sprout now? Either way, let's tell the orc that we've done what he asked. You're quite the little farmer, aren't you? Made a perfect little tomato patch. Great going, Crow. Now we can grow tomatoes of our own. Say, you seemed awfully adept at setting up that veggie patch, and that's a very unique hammer you're carrying. You're not a builder, are you? Don't worry, I'm not one of those children of Hagen loons. I may be a monster, but I'm a four-field native, born and raised. Another builder came to this island long ago. It was thanks to his effort that things were as good as they were. He always looked like he was half asleep, and he was a greedy so-and-so, always raiding the larder he was, but he was always ready to go the extra mile when you needed him. Raiding the larder? Couldn't stay mad at him for it, though. He grew the finest crops you ever saw. One look at those succulent tomatoes and all was forgiven. It's That's why I'm so excited for these ones to grow. I can't wait for a chance to taste builder-grown food again. I want you to grow as many as you can. These seeds aren't much use to me when my fingers are too fat to plant them. Oh, and there's one more thing I forgot to mention. My friend lives in a cave to the east side of the swamp. She can teach you all about fertilizer. Important stuff for farming. You should go see her. But if you ever want to know more about her, feel free to talk to me again. This stupid orc's diet is absolutely terrible. I'm trying to help, but if the children of Hagen find out I've been cooking for him, I don't know what has me more worn out, all this cooking or all this worrying about what'll happen if they find out. Whenever I'm tired, I always find something sweet is helpful, but I don't have anything like that on hand. Normally, I just make some sweeties. It's really easy if you cook some sugar cane. Grumble, grumble, grumble. I don't have any sweeties for you, sweetie. Rip. All right. So I've actually decided I want to do my farm a bit differently. Four, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Whoops, that's not what I wanted to do. Farmy warmy. The warmy farmy. A markedly medicinal leaf. It's a very good medicine. It is a potent medicinal leaf. Alright, so what happens if I put... All right. My wrists. I'd recognize that smell anyway. You've got some sweeties, haven't you? I don't suppose I could trouble you for some. Sure, you can have one, buddy. Squeak, squeak, squeak. Thank you so much. I'm gonna go all the trouble of getting them put away. Nice. Some tomato seeds. Now, what did we get? Ah, some tomato. We got some tomato. Some what-o? Some tomato. There are a lot of tomato seeds buried in the bog. Can't see them with the naked eye, of course, but if you have a retriever, it shouldn't be a problem. An electrical slime. They're called Mana Wars. We got a lemon tail. That's only slightly confusing. What kind of tail do you got? A lemon tail. What? A lemon tail. I don't know if I should be suspicious of this. So what do you do if you're suspicious? You dig to the center of the earth. There's nothing in here. I was just suspicious for nothing. Let's get some more lemon poppy seed tails. Or not. Cool, I grew another level doing nothing! My favorite. Huh. Oh boy, I bet I'm giving him a new weapon. No, a pot lid. It's a lid made out of pot. This is where everyone's just like, you're smoking a lid made out of pot. And I'm like, you're smoking a pot made out of lid. And once again, everybody looks at me weirdly. Dive at your own risk and perhaps your own reward. Yay! To say I was not expecting this is an understatement. how muddy and brown this water is. I really want to, like, get better water. Ah, there we go. So, like, hold on. What is the point of this area? Water doesn't like it when I do whatever the hell I want. I'm making my own. I got my own little area full of our own little area of water, yo. Yo, whoa, ho, ho. Alright. We're breaking through! No. No, there's gotta be something behind here. They've gotta be hiding something. No. Spoil spores at the farm. Yo, that red looks cool. But we definitely need to go back to the farm. Baby spoil spores. Whoops. That man feels blimmin' great. I forgot to tell it to cook. Don't you hate it when you start cooking something but you don't tell it to cook? So in essence, you didn't actually cook something? Blimmin' heck, Crow, you did it, you brave fellow. Feel bog and brought back the tomato seeds. You asked an orc how to grow 'em too? You're lucky you didn't get eaten. Well, at least you found out how it's done. Did find out, didn't you? We need it grown properly. He's like, you did figure it out, right? Aw. We made our first fish stick, fishy, fishy, fish sticks. All right, we got a wheat seed. Finally, we made it back. Okay, we're gonna go back and try to figure out if we can understand the secret of whatever the hell we were exploring. I truly don't understand it. Like we can see through the world. Yeah, I don't really understand what the point of this area is. Not yet. All right. There is something back here. It's not what I was originally thinking. Also, how did we miss that orc? Don't be afraid, little human. I'm a friendly orc. I love nature and everything in it, including humans. And I've heard a rumor about you that you're starting a new tomato farm. Let me tell you a helpful hint. If you want your vegetables to grow quickly, try using the stinky stuff that humans used to put on their fields long ago. Apparently they made it out of night soil and wheat. Perhaps you can try making it yourself. If you do, come show me, won't you? I've always wondered if it smells as bad as the stories say. Fertilizer? Do we have the stuff we need to make the fertilizer? We do not. We need more poop. I'm curious. Yes. Make the water cleaner. No. It's bothering me. No! Anyway. Back to the tomato farm. Right, Lucius? Lucius is angry.
What's that smell? Could it be human? Did you make some of the stinky stuff?
Well, don't just stand there. Let's try it out. Put some on the tilled soil by my bed. That's a human who did it. All the tilled soil has been stinkified. Come back here and let's see if we can work out exactly what happened when you did that. Seems like the stinky stuff can turn soil into hummus. How fascinating. Hummus is fantastic stuff. Any vegetables planted in it will grow much faster than in normal soil. Roughly 4 times faster. In fact, you can use that stinky stuff to grow any plant in a flash. Not just vegetables, trees will shoot right up too. Use it well and you'll be a natural-born nature builder. I said, you're already an excellent builder. You made that stinky stuff all by yourself. All I did was tell you what's in it. I'd shake your hand, but knowing what went into making the stinky stuff, I know where they've been. Said I'll give you a present, a little gift. Some tomato seeds. I was planning on planting those on the soil next to my bed, but I'd sooner rather not touch it. Besides, my fingers are far too fat. I've always considered myself something of a naturalist. I love nature, and I'd like to think that it loves me. Nature loves me, yes it do. We will get hummus too. Do 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 do. We're singing about poop. My songs always make people pause, mostly myself. The issue is usually I just don't think through everything I'm saying, you know? Hey Crow, look over there. Why do you reckon those bodkin archers are loitering around like that? Come on, let's ask them and find out. Hi. Hi. Glow drop. Ow. 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 A human approaches, and with good timing, she does. Bodkin archers we are, green-faced warriors, guardians of greenery, and protectors of the green forest we are. Recently, to the children of Hog, and more of my warriors defect. Turn to the dark side they have, the force they vow to protect, they destroy! Remain steadfast, we Bodkin archers do, but not so staunch were the Bodkin bowyers. And suffer them to remain we cannot. Need your help we do. Defeat the Bodkin Boyer traders, and a gift I will give you an amazing item that can create a forest it is. Infest our forests, these purple-faced traders do. 10 of them you must defeat. Okay. Found me, you have well hidden though I was from the bad boons I hide. Terrifying they are, bulging with muscles with strangely colored faces. Not normal green faces, bodkin boyas too roam around. They're purple-faced, evil demons. Welcome back. Well fought, human, bent on destroying the forest. Those bodkin bowyers were, but stop them you did. Know your secret I do, a builder you are, yes. Mention a gift I did, here. Acorns they are, plant them in healthy soil, and you should and grow a tree will. Plant enough in a forest you shall have. And grow a forest you must build, or grassy meadows too. To the children of Hagen we must not give in. Remember the alliance you must, an ancient pact between the humans, the bodkin archers, and the fat rats. Much more to say I have, young builder, but for a long time already I have been speaking. If for more knowledge you thirst, if to hear my tale you hunger, then speak with me again. I thirst. Ugh. Builder I've heard so much about. You, that is? So dopey you look. Much dopier than I expected. Builder came here long ago, they say. Gallant he was. Bold he was. Wise he was. A most incredible young man. It matters not. When the Deitree died, so too did the soil suffer greatly. We did, hunted by the children of Hargen we were. Young builder, if to destroy the Deitree you intend, aid you the alliance may. A covenant ancient old the alliance is between the bodkins, the fat rats, the wigglies, and the humans. Forgotten by most, this fact is, but the leaders of the tribes keep its memories alive. Keep hope alive, one day overflow with greenery, this island will. When the ill wind blows no more, life returns. To the peninsula beyond here have you been? In the graveyard, away from prying eyes, a collection of seed is there. If you have not investigated that place, I suggest you take a look. Look, it's a glow drop. Heh. We smacked his booty. A human approaches. Such strangely colored skin you have, not the healthy green of us bodkin archers, no. Beyond this bridge, lying in ruins, an ancient church into disrepair, its graveyard has fallen. Long, long ago, a strange human lived there. A collector of seeds, they say he was. Very strange indeed. Okay. A pumpkin seed. What's that? Did you find a new kind of seed? That must be one of those pumpkin seeds that Resi was talking about. Wonder what it was doing there. Maybe someone dropped it. Maybe there's still somewhere nearby. Let's take a look around. We might find some more seeds. I want this. What is it? A false idol? Why was he glowing all of a sudden? Yes, 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 yes. What, nothing else? We followed the trail all this way, but our phantom seafood dropper is nowhere to be seen. What do you reckon? Shall we see if we can find anything else around here? Grr, woof, 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 woof. What is it, Taco? Is there something wrong with this gravestone? Hold on. Could this be where the guy who dropped all those seeds is buried? Huh? Grow, look, over there. Hey, who's there? Show yourself. Oh no, you found me. Ooh, is that a furrow-field retriever? No wonder you sniffed me out. Ah, whatever. With such a good sniffer on your side. They're such capricious creatures, though. It isn't just anybody who can tame them and train them like this. Just who are you? You've come in search of pumpkin seeds, is that so? I was alive, I used to grow pumpkins. I would hide the seeds to keep them from the children of Hargan. Not only did they try to steal my seeds, they turned my beautiful church into an unholy shrine of destruction. If only there was a builder on this island, one who could repair the damage they've done. What? You're a builder? You don't look like one. In fact, you don't look like much at all. Truly are a builder. Perhaps you could restore the church to its original form. If you do that, I can give you some seeds. Maybe in the church. Oh, I was stealing your stuff. Man, I gotta return it. Ow. What's good? What good is nicking shit if you don't even get to keep it? Taco found a treasure. Where is it, boy? Where did he go? Taco! Why did you run over there if it's down here? Taco! What's a human doing in the basement of a run-down, beaten-up old church like this? You're definitely more man than mouse making your way down here. The church is haunted, you know. Squeak. They say the priest here used to collect seeds to grow in his beautiful garden, but now he haunts the church in what's called home. Those treasure chests contain his prized possessions, the seeds he spent his life collecting. Not another soul living knows they're here. You can help yourself. Nobody would be any the wiser. But don't blame me if the ghost comes back. Oh, oh. Heh heh. Technically, we don't have to do anything else for the priest. We've just done everything we needed. Wonder where the basement was supposed to come out of. Oh, behold, Builder, the children of Hagen. Hideous, I don't know about that. I think that statue looks kind of cool. Well, I can't stand it. I want you to smash it into pieces. And not just the statue. I want you to rebuild this entire altar to something more suitable. If you really are a builder, then this should be a piece of cake for you. Woo! Hehehe. Oh, this must be a blueprint. The old goddess statue and altar are still hidden in the storeroom. Two candles. Alright, I need 2 of those. And 2 candelabrums. Bow, bow. Ooh, my altar's as good as new. Thank you again, builder. It was amazing to watch you at work. This church was constructed long, long ago by a builder who came to Furrowfield, you know. In fact, he made almost everything around here. He turned the entire island from a barren wasteland into a bountiful utopia. But if a builder did all that, how come everyone here believes they bring nothing but desolation and despair? Well, that's a long story. Hold that thought. We've got company. What is the meaning of this abominable altar? What do you bonehead think you're doing, destroying our unholy altar to Hagen? Even worse, building something new in its place. Ugh, children of Hagen, and come on, Crow, let's teach Bone Boy a lesson. And some prestigigator daters. I almost killed him. Yaha. I was so scared there, I thought I might die again. Thanks for fighting them off. Thanks to you too. You may have pointy ears and a strange spooky eyes, but you certainly know a thing or two about fighting. What are you anyway? There's such a powerful aura of destruction about you. What are you getting at? I'm just me. Well, if you say so. You've both been such a huge help to me. I owe you my unlife. It's not much, but I want you to have these. More pumpkin seeds. There are more where those came from if you want them. They're hidden underground in the catacombs. You'll have to tear up the floor to get there, but they're all yours. Just promise you'll plant them. Only you could grow a new Deitree and hold a harvest festival too. I'd be so happy. What? You're planning to do exactly that and I can come join you in your do. I'm so happy I could. Wait, is this a trick? Trying to make me so ecstatic I disappear for good. Sorry, I'm just being paranoid. Hope to see you again soon. I love how our dog accidentally showed us exactly where to go. He's a good boy. All right, let us ring that bell. Max, level 4. Roofing? It makes roofing. So you finally worked out how to make roof tiles. It's a bit late for this place, but I'm sure Lulu will appreciate having a roof over her head on the Isle of Awakening. Caterwauling killipedes grow. I feel positively overflowing with building power. Too right, I never wanted to build anything more than I want to build something right now. I can hardly contain myself. I feel like too, I just want to build and build and then build some more. Are you all right? I think you might need a little lie down. We'll be fine. Malroth one day shall surely build something big enough to satisfy this urge. I only hope that day comes sooner rather than later. That's not the only good news. It looks like the sound of the bell has brought us some more budding builders. And what to do next? Great on new guests. What's all this then? The Deitree? On a farm? Who's responsible for the CSA? We are. We built this farm and everything in it. We're all builders. What? The children of Hagen knew about this. They'd have your guts for goddess. Hey, crap. Maybe you can't tell us apart on account of us someone wear the same hat, but we're the farmers who came the last time we rang the builder's bell. Aaron, it rang a second time round is made up our minds. We're gonna be builders too. You'll be struck down, little all you. You may be happy to invite your own destruction, but we're all that stupid. You can knock it off right now with that holier-than-thou attitude. Stop being about the bush, become a builder, all right? Oh, please say you'll join us making things as brilliant, fun it really is. Let's all be builders and bring back Furrowfield Farm. Be a builder, be a builder. Have they lost their marbles, or have I? Well, you've convinced me. Nice. We have grown lots of crops. Yippee! We did it, Crow. We did it. Furrowfield Farm is back and better than ever. We've done everything we need to keep the Deitree happy too. Huh? Oh, Crow, there's so much power overflowing through the Deitree. Let's go and have a closer look. I love how it looks like a French braid. It's so beautiful. It's more wonderful than I ever imagined. Blimey, all the energy from the plants we grow flowed into the Deitree. I'm just about moved to tears thinking about it. But I figure restore life and light to the island after all. We shall drive the ill wind from these fair shores once and for all. The Deitree's growth proceeds apace. Perhaps with time it will reach its true size and its full strength. But I fear the children of Hagen will seek to destroy it long before then. I must consult with the brainy baboon before it is too late. But before that, it's party time! If that ain't enough to warrant a Hagen festival, I don't know what is. Well said, Perry. Hear me, humans. It is time for us to celebrate a job well done. Thanks so much for all your help completing Pastor Al's tasks. I really appreciate it. Look, and you look pretty pleased too. Just look at that grin on your face. Well, we always have a grin on our face, but we can't start the celebration just yet. I think some of the other villagers have some things they want to do before. So, you better go do them! Why is there such somber music playing? I require somebody. To till my soil. Excuse me, can someone please... Thank you. Wasn't sure if anybody was gonna take care of that or not. Oh, well, crowd, what's that I smell? Have ye found an acorn, have ye? If you plant an acorn in nice healthy soil, you get real nice healthy tree for your troubles. That's another great way to green up this island, so 'tis. As far as I'm concerned, acorns are the best thing after one food when it comes to greener to grow, so go ahead and fill this farm with trees. You just have to put an acorn in the ground and get a tree growing. It takes forever for him to get to full size. If you're not a fan of waiting, we can always use fertilizer. Grow, Wrigley. I couldn't help but overhear you talking about planting trees, and I just wanted to let you know that I think that is an absolutely wonderful idea. But if we're gonna go through all the trouble growing a grove of trees, why's up there? What I really want is a way to play with them. Oh, well, now I need that fine idea. Let's grow ourselves a nice big tree and dangle something off it. Dangle ye something off it? A swing. No! Okay, I was gonna say, somebody opening the door's the dumbest idea! Stop letting them in, stupids! Alright, well, we're letting that grow. So when are you gonna plant them? Ah, the tomato, my one weakness. I've never so much as seen a tomato, so I can offer no guidance how they grow. So just try whatever methods you learned for a field bug. Hang on a minute, Pastor. I thought you knew everything there was to know about growing plants and all that. I'm starting to think you're not all the all-knowing oracle you made us be. Have you really earned the right to wear them dracky-decorated robes? Silence, mortal! When did I make such claims? I merely stated that I know almost everything. Blimnick, have mercy, Pastor Al, please, I didn't mean it. Silk Crow, the orc you met in the bog, tell you all about how you planting pools. Yeah. So he wants a tomato, yeah? Oh. Just a way for them to sprout. So basically, we're stuck waiting for a bunch of things to happen. Cool. Look at them all waiting for the bathroom. One by one, they wait, trembling. Like they just had Taco Bell. Look at them tremble, the poor mortals. Don't they know if they wear a turtle shell, they can shit in the shell? A great grilled green. We're just gonna take a nice little bathroom break while we wait for things to grow. All right, and we're bored. So we're gonna go explore. Hold on. No, there are several things for us to discover over here. We go south, Lucius. He was scratching his chinny chin hairs. Slowly and delicately was his foot going scritch, scritch, scritch. He's just so adorable and I love him. We made the cube! Do I just plant these on the green? Okay. That was easy! Ba-na-na-na! Dun-dun! I just stole a tree's root. We just stole a tree's root. Now it will drown itself because it has no water. Heh heh heh. Flood the earth! Ha ha ha. Yeah, I don't know. I got bored, so I decided to flood the world. Got a problem with that? Cue maniacal laughter. Ha 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 ha. Ow.
Ook, ook.
Path behind me leads to a lookout. You can see everything from there, even the old Deitree. Squeak, but you'll have to be content with just looking. You can't get there if you can't fly. We killed him dead. May the yellow flowers of the covenant bring joy to the land, a joy that lies on the far horizon. So wait, is that the old Deitree? Interesting. I'm sure we'll hear what happened later. But this is pretty interesting how, like, You know, everyone here somehow grew to hate the Builder and worship, you know, the children of Hargan. Who, Hargan, isn't even, like, the ultimate bad guy. He was just an underling of the bad guy. Of which everybody died, but still. Hargan is remembered and not the other dude. No, that's the old Deitree. May the Deitree bring hope to the land, a hope that lies on the far horizon. Alright, so I believe we've come close to exploring everything in the south. Yeah. Really, we just need to explore north and east. So, let's do that. I wish I could put, like, marks down on my map and stuff to, like, go to, but, like, you can't really control at all the map. Just the fact that I was able to do that much was surprising to me. Oh, hey, look, a simple slime. It's been a while, little buddy. Okay. My angles! Or maybe I was just completely wrong and my computer just hates my stuff. Now it's super bright. Blech. Yeah, I have to. Ugh. It crashed. Because my thing did that stupid... Oh, hey, you have a nightlight on? Nah. No, you don't. So maybe I was wrong. It was not because my power supply was failing. Maybe it's just... Huh. I just launched Stream Avatars. It's like, do you want to delete users that were inactive for over 90 days? Number of users to delete, 2,169. Yes. Ah. We're climbing to get to the cliffs of Dover. This is how you play Minecraft. Or, this is how I play Minecraft. Ooh, that's an Orc King. I smell a challenge. Alright, Malroth, go kill him. I mean, he'll be the third, like, super, quote, strong monster that we've killed. I just guessed that we'd want him to shove it through that. I was actually going there for safety. An Yggdrasil leaf. Nice. Definitely something to always have on hand. There we go. Oh. There's a builder's challenge up here. Down there. It's okay, I'm a professional. Simple. Make it harder. I could have just flooded this entire area, by the way. Brute force it just by, like... you know. Alright, so we're gonna go to Fat Rat Rise. Alright. There's literally nothing there, so we want to go south and then explore around there, probably. This is the glitchy speed boost. Man, the game doesn't want to give us glitchy speed boosts today. Unlucky, dude. What do you want? Water? Yes. Yes, it wanted water. Ba-da-da-da. We can ignore the orc. If I were sneaky, I'd hide something over there, but I doubt they did. Actually, I think that's where we fought the giant crab. I feel like our oak should be grown by now, and the tomatoes should be as well. I think, at least. Sadly, I don't think there's going to be any more secrets for us to discover on this map. I think we found almost all of them. I mean, the only question I have is, with the, so we found a skull, you know, a Draki skull, but we never figured out, like, what you do with it. Like, or, like, they're like, stack 3 of them. There's something quite literally in the dead center of this, and we don't know what it is. We're drowning. Uh-oh.
Swim! Swim away!
Fuck off, mate. What? We were on dry land, you son of a bitch! Oh shit, we're still alive! Get cheese, motherfucker! I thought we were dead. Oh, once it's fully grown, it's not fully grown yet. It's nearly there. Oh, do I just literally need to, like, plant one, like, willy-nilly right now? Bro, I don't know what he wants. You found all the pumpkin seeds. Now we're one step closer. Where did you find all those seeds anyway? There was a ghost guarding them? They must have meant a lot to him when he was alive to keep wanting them after death. Which means he must really have faith in you to trust something so important to you. So don't let them down. Treat those pumpkins with respect. I respect everything. We went all the way to Furrowfield Bog to find those pumpkin seeds. Crow, it would be a shame not to plant them all. Yes, Crow, you have done well to recover those seeds. The children of Hagen have been trying to destroy them for a long time now. When you plant them, you will be one step closer to seeing the Deitree completed. Your work will blah, blah, blah. I heard the pastor. Let's plant those pumpkin seeds. Pumpkin seeds. You'll plant those pumpkin seeds. Do, 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 do. Anyway, I don't fully understand, like, some of the, quests. I am clearly missing something about them, but what? That's the problem. Get on, Crow! The tomato seeds sprout. That's blimmin' fantastic. Once those sprouts are fully grown, they will bear fruit, plump, juicy, blood red tomatoes. The beauty of flavor in a freshly picked tomato cannot be overstated. I hope you ain't forgotten our promise, Crow. Once we're done rebuilding Furrowfield Farm, we're having a festival. Seems like everyone used to get dressed up dead fancy on the day of the festival back in the day and dance till daybreak. I've heard the costumes were pretty exciting. It's fun to imagine what these air-raising, spine-tingling costumes might look like in it. Hang on a minute. Don't give me that look. I wasn't imagining anything inappropriate. Was I, Passerelle? Don't bring me into this, you mud-minded miscreant. I haven't the least insight or interest in your frivolous fancies. But, anyway. Go on, Crow. Huh. Oh shit, they're done. Cool. Actually, I will take that. Oh. It's kind of weird seeing green pumpkins, which I know green pumpkins are normal, but like when I thought the pumpkins would be fully grown, I was thinking orange. Yes, the seed sprouted. We've grown a little pumpkin plant. Heard so much about pumpkins. Apparently they taste great when you grill them, and they're really good for you too. I can't wait to try some for myself. Soon enough, we'll have the Deitree back to full strength, but I'm not sure what will happen then. I've been studying it day and night to try to figure out its mysteries. Speaking of mysteries, the ghost back in the graveyard mentioned something strange. He said there was a builder who lived on this island long ago, and he's the one who turned it into a utopia. But if that's true, then why did everyone start believing that builders spread desolation and despair? If you ask me, it's not just the Deitree that's shrouded in mystery. The story about the builder is too. Very true, Malroth. Eye-watering whack-a-lights! Crowfurrow Field Farm is looking finer than ever. The long-awaited Harvest Festival approaches. Which brings me to my request, though. I'm sure you already have some inkling as to what it might be. That's right, my girl. I need you to ring the builder bell, send our building skills skyrocketing, and bring more workers to our farm. So you want me to max us out? Guess what? I've already done it. Honest. Hopefully we can find a constructive outlet for this constructive urge. By the way, have you given any further thought to the matter we discussed before? Talking, of course, about who should be our mayor. I'm sure you'd agree I've got the best beard for the job. See that enigmatic smile upon your lips, young lady? I take it that means you approve of my appointment? Absolutely not. Pastor Al? Any leader worth following is chosen not by the business of his beard, but by those he would lead. I suggest you take some time to reflect upon this fact and reconsider your approach. Pastor Al, how could you dash my dream so cruelly? But I will not give up, Crow. Rest assured, I shall do what it takes to become the finest mayor this village could ask for. Have you tried talking to the people? You nitwit. I can't tell you how much I'm looking forward to the Harvest Festival. Rosie said there used to be decorations out of pumpkins and put them all around the village. If we're going to do this, we might as well do that. Can you think of something pumpkin-y? Just do me this one favor and I'll never ask anything of you again. If you come up with something special, stick 3 of them around the farm. Jack-o'-lanterns. A gigantic gourd with a funny face. Hello, Crow. Field Farm is looking lovely lately. It's almost time to hold the Harvest Festival, and I can't think of a better place for it. But there was one little thing. That is to say, I wanted to ask if you wouldn't mind. I want you to make some bunting and decorate the entire village with it. I finally worked up the courage to ask. Lillian was right all along. If there's something I want to say, I just need to jolly well say it. So there you have it. I want you to make at least 30 pieces of bunting and string them in between every building. Ugh. Why don't you go bunt this off a cliff? Hello, Crow. I was just thinking of asking you something. How in the world did you know? Pastor Al says he expects great things of me. Apparently it's my time to shine. I couldn't agree more. It's time for me to step out of my sister's shadow and stride forth as a strong, independent woman. First thing I will need is a room of my own. Not too fussy about the furniture. Simple stools, some straw bedding, and a door should do. Oh, and obviously I'll need a nameplate. Oh, and don't forget to write my name on the nameplate. Jack-o'-lanterns, 1, 2, 3. Easy. Do we have any? Whatever. Well, if we didn't, we do now. Straw bedding. We had some of that. Stool. We're gonna need 30 bunting. Nameplate. Okay. Even though I'm doing just such a simple little house, we're still gonna make it the best we can. Alright.
Blimmin' heck, these jack-o'-lanterns look just great.
Oh, speaking of preparation, do you remember what Pastor Al said about how people used to get dressed out? Well, I've been doing some research, and I reckon I figured out exactly what it was they used to wear, so you can leave the costume creation to me. You really have to wear these costumes. I'm really a fan of fancy dress.
Blame me, there's always a party paper, aren't there?
Come on, don't be such a killjoy.
Careful what you call me, Perry. I'll show you joy's not the only thing I can kill.
There's no need for violence, Mr. Melrose. Anyway, thanks for the jack-o'-lanterns. Goodbye. This chick believes that she's so special that she should get her own room. So we crammed her one at the very back of the place. What's her name again? There you go, Lillian. One backyard baseball.
Oh my goodness, you built a room just for me, just like I asked. Thank you ever so much, Quo.
Why not build rooms for the others too? You just need a nameplate. Or not. By the way, some of the other villagers mentioned that you and Mount Roth came here to find some people to help you grow a little greenery on your island. Well, I'd be more than happy to help. I'd love to see more of the world, so when you're ready to go back home, don't hesitate to invite me along. That tiny child has a big-ass head. That's all. Alright, now I gotta figure out what the heck to do about this bunting. Is this how you bunting? Oh my, thank you, and they're so beautiful! Just picturing everyone celebrating. The heck is a bunting? Like, I've heard of a bunt cake, but... You have now sailed here on a ship, but the children of Hagen strictly forbid humans from sailing. The very act of traveling from one island to another is the highest hearsay. Still, I must say I'm rather jealous. I've always wanted to go on around a boat. Here there's a great glittering city called Moonbrook on an island far to the east of here. I've always dreamed of going to visit. Like they say, if the children of Hagen ever catch someone sailing the seas, they lock them up and throw away the key. You know how much they hate builders? I shudder to think what they do to you. Be very, very wary, Crow. Uh-huh. There it is. I successfully put the tree swing together. Oh, now that a sight to behold. Got our own little leafy play park. Oh, that tree's a proper beauty. Looks good, smells good, and isn't rotten and yellow like the rest of the trees yet. Kinda you, Crow. You made a swing and even grew a tree to hang it from just for me, thank you ever so much. Oh, I stopped there though. I wouldn't mind seeing the old place turned into a flourishing forest, but how would we go about doing that, do you suppose? If only we could make a old big field of grass and trees in one fell swoop. I'm guessing that this is some kind of acorn and poop recipe. Woody goody! I knew it. Acorn and poop. I knew it. Alright, I'm gonna ring this bell again. Oops. Field Farm is finally finished, Crow. You and the Deitree is bigger than ever. We can finally hold a harvest festival. Been waiting for this moment all my life. It's alright with you if we start right away, isn't it? Sure. It's been a long road, but we finally made it. And it's all thanks to you, Crow. Without your help, we never would have been able to grow the Deitree as big and strong as this. Thank you so much. The island's only going to get greener from here. Just thinking how bright and beautiful it'll be. It makes me so happy I could cry. I was thinking, Crow, once all our work here is all finished and Furfield is back on track, do you think I could go back to your island with you? I'd always dreamt of rebuilding the farm. Now that I have, I know I can't stop. Now I want to spread life and light to every corner of the world. There'll be time for all that later. Right now, we've got a party to hold. Party! The people of Furfield take their hoes in hand and gather around the Deitree to begin the long-awaited celebrations. Oh my god. You... What are they doing? I'm leaving. I'm the party pooper here. Oops. I'm going to make a very good guesstimate that pretty soon we're gonna have a boss fight here. What do you think, Crow? Isn't this the best harvest festival ever? Having so much fun. The pumpkin masks are absolutely hilarious, but there's a deeper meaning to them too. Apparently, they help you to become a better farmer by letting you experiencing things from the vegetable's perspective. Anyway, it's nearly time for the main event. We're all going to gather the crops we've been growing after all. It wouldn't be a harvest festival without a harvest. Expect you to join in too. We'll pick all the crops that are growing around the scarecrows, but if you've planted anything anywhere else, or if we miss anything, I'm counting on you to collect it too. Let's get to it, everyone. It's harvest time. That suits you, by the way. I would have liked to wear one myself, truth be told, but we couldn't find the pumpkin the right size. Malrod told me I should cease acting as a mere overseer and join you in your building work. Watching you and Rosie working together, seeing the things you built, a thought began to form in my mind. A dream is a wonderful thing to have, and there is little in this world more beautiful than to see one's dreams become reality. So, Crow, I asked to join you. I want to be a builder. I want to go back to your island with you and build to my heart's content. But in order to do so, I must first speak with the children of Hargon, and I will need to enlist your aid once again. Oh, Miansum, just look at all these lovely fields you've made. You should be blimmin' proud of yourself. And it's not just these fields we have to thank you for. We can grow grass and trees too. For a wiggly like me, it's a dream come true. Feels like the old furrow field is bursting up out of the ground. If only we had some flowers, then it really would be like the old days. There'll be time to think about that later, won't there, Miansum? Oh no, let's just be happy to see the Deitree standing tall again. Wow, look at them go. It's you! Hello again, do you remember me? We met at the church. I heard the singing and shouting and just had to check for myself. You're holding a harvest festival, aren't you? Beautiful. Please let me join your festival. No, wait, let me join your farm. There might be times when the villagers can't see me, but I'll still be here looking out for them. I'll scare off any monsters who try to attack with a spine tingling. Woo! Thank you for letting me stay. Woo! Woo! Pumpkin turtle! Hi! These guys are really, like, bad. Y'all are slow AF. We finished collecting all the crops. It was a resounding success, and now we've done everything we need to do. What do you say? Shall we officially bring things to a close? Okay, let's ask Bonanzo to put that beautiful voice of his to good use for the closing ceremony. Bonanzo! Mwahaha! The people of Furfield sing and dance around the Deitree, celebrating the powers of creation that have brought them so much happiness. Ananza steps forth and entrances everybody with a song of unparalleled beauty that echoes across the island and into the night. But amid the sea of smiling faces, a barely perceptible cloud of concern sits upon Pastor Al's brow. Then, morning cut. Alakazam! Pastor Alakazam, how dare you? Hey, what's that? Tree fields you've been building, haven't you? My lord, please, if you would just allow me to explain. I think not. But tell me, Alakazam, what do we of the children of Hagen value above all else? Destruction, my lord. Destruction alone can save us. All must be destroyed. Yes, then your duty is clear. You must destroy this farm and everything in it. I cannot. Is that so? Then be gone, my lord. Pastor Al. It seems if you want something done, you must do it yourself. No, the Deitree! The name of High Priest Hagen, all must be destroyed. Were you not warned? Foolish humans, builders spread dissolution and despair wherever they roam. Go forth, my minions, crush these pathetic humans in the name of Almighty Hagen. Come on, boys, let's smash some skulls. Erg. Well. Looks like the children of Hagen have us surrounded, Crow. We've got no choice but to fight them. Are you ready? Yeah. Never felt this feeling before, Crow. What they did to Al, what they did to the Deitree, I won't let them get away with this. I'll destroy the lot of them. That fight, like, flashing is horrible decision on their part. Uh-oh. Excuse me, Brittany, did you just shout fucking YOLO? You're getting banned. I really need to start considering, like, just making the entire, like, quote-unquote front of the base just like a 5-foot deep pit, and then just fight everybody in there. Knowing that no monsters will be able to, like, get to me. Oh, cool. It did the freeze again, which also means I don't understand. Something has to be happening with my computer badly, and I don't know what. Alright, well, I have this opportunity. Let us fix stream avatars again. Hold on. So the problem with Dragon Quest Builders is the fact that for whatever reason, it's not like full screened, and I don't know a way to make it full screen, which sucks. Cool. We hit level 10. It didn't last long. It was hardly even a fair fight. But I don't get it. I just took out a small army of children of Hargan scumbags, but I still feel funny. Oh. Crow, we should check on Passeral. It seems like our dear farm was damaged in that last battle. No, not, for we are builders. Leave this to us. This time, they actually were able to fix everything. It seems this is it for me. No, please, Passeral, don't leave us. Don't worry, young Rosie, this is not the end. Not yet. The Deitree may have been destroyed, but the hope that it brought you all still remains. Now, Roth, you asked me once where the Deitree originally came from, whether it simply sprouted from the ground or if it was made by other means. The first Deitree did not grow. It was built by the builder who came to this island long ago. What? Crow, young builder, I want you to have this. The Windbreaker. Soar the skies. With that Windbreaker you can take to the skies. You need it if you are to build another Deitree from the ground up. You want us to build another Deitree? But we can't do that all on our own. We need you, Passeral. Don't leave us. Rosie, my dear apprentice, I have taught you all I know. Now it falls on to you to aid Crow. I know you can do this. But was this not your dream to bring back the Deitree, to rebuild Furrowfield Farm? Do not give up on your dreams. Do not seek excuses. Seek only a way forward. Crow, look after Rosie for me. Look after everyone. May have only been for one night, but I'm happy I was able to become a builder. Pastor Al. The pastor was a great leader to us all. I only hope I can become as bold and aspiring figure as he was. We should have never built nothing. If we hadn't built that Deitree, none of this would have happened. Let's go, Crow. I'm going to clobber that brainy baboon as so hard his mother won't recognize him. I'm going to get revenge for Pastor Owl. Malroth, wait. Pastor Owl told us to rebuild the Deitree. He said to build a new one from scratch. I know, but there's somewhere I want you two to go. Alright then, Rosie, where do you want us to go? Pastor Owl once told me that the old Deitree wasn't completely destroyed. It may have withered and died, but its remains are still around here somewhere. If you were to find it, you might be able to find some clue about how to build a new one. Alright then, let's give it a shot. Sound like we have any other choice. I bet we have to use, like, one of every kind of, vegetable. No, you can do it, Crow. If the builder who came here long ago could build a Deitree, then you can too. If we want a new Deitree, you're gonna have to build it ourselves. Blah, blah, blah. The only problem is how we're gonna find this old tree if none of us know where it is. I'm not sure, but something tells me that the Windbreaker will help you get there. We're gonna need some information then. Exactly where are we supposed to use it? Oh, well, are you not talking about what I think you're talking about, are you? You're looking for the old Deitree. I've got an idea where you should start your search. I am from the children of Argon, took me from one end of this island to the other and everywhere in between. I think I caught a glimpse of the old Deitree on my travels. It wasn't actually on this island, though. It was a little island just off the coast. Too far to swim, mindy, so wingless wonders like us can't get there. But if you use the Windbreaker, you can fly over there. You've been to Furrowfield Bog, ain't you? And you met the orc in the old tomato farm, didn't you? If you walked to that farm that head east, there's a path to the north. Off you go then, fly to that little island. But there's another place I want to go first. It was over there. A different place. It was now west. Yeah. Oh, that's cool. So I can just manually choose what we want. Now we're a flying turtle. I truthfully don't know why my computer keeps switching off of night mode. But it looks like I might have to stream hurting my face. Like, I don't even know how to look it up, because I've tried. Neither have I. Not until, like, in the last, like, what, month or two? Ever since whatever happened, I've been getting it happening. I have no clue why. I don't even know if we can officially fly over here, but I want to try. I want to try, for we can fly. gonna see what happens if I restart my computer after this. Ah, manure. Love how we were told to go one place, and so I'm like, oh hey, I remember a place I couldn't get to before, let's go there. And I'm sure everybody else is back there waiting for us, like, where the blimmin' heck are they? So many of these are so easy. Just gonna explore all of this before we figure out what the heck the, I don't think we can do anything with the, slime just yet. Alright, we're done there. Now again, human, I hope you're alright there. It's thick, the sky's dark these days. It's been a long time since I've seen the eel wind get this bad. I wonder what could be behind it. I'll be too long going to tell me you're looking for the old Deitree, are you? Well, if you are, it's easy here. Keep going until you reach the ocean, then turn left. There's a rocky headland that's almost like a stone staircase. At the top, you'll find a signpost. That's about the closest you'll ever get to the Deitree, unless you know how to fly, of course. Should be a fat rat at the base of the mountain. You could ask him for help. I've heard he knows all about this sort of thing. I like the fact that we can become just like a flying squirrel. Humans, what are you doing skulking around here? Looking for the original Deitree, are you? Well, you're too late. It was destroyed by the brainy bad boon himself. His infinite wisdom. And that's not all. The primate turned your silly symbol of hope into the source of your suffering. Who makes the spoil spores, you asked? The diseased, decrepit Deitree does. No way. So this is where the ill wind comes from? This is holy ground, humans, a place for the children of Hog and offer their thanks to the high priest. Now that you've seen our secret, I'm afraid we can't let you leave alive. Haha, children of Hagen, more like chumps of Hagen. Still, I can't believe they turned the Deitree into some kind of spore-spreading filth fountain. Are there any depths they won't stoop to? Huh? What's that creepy-looking light? Who art thou? Why dost thou approach me? I was once known as the Deitree, but alack, my branches hath rotted away, and my heart filled with poison. Now the breath that floweth from me bringeth naught but destruction. I know not who thou art, but thou cannot remain in this place. The danger is too great. Thou and thy friends seek to create a new Deitree to rid this land of its corruption. Very well, should this be thy wish, thou first must needs destroy me. The black rotten wood thou seest above thee was once my mighty trunk. Amidst this withered husk, some small scraps of my holy heartwood yet remain. I bid thee take it and bring it to me. Okay. Oops, nope, that's water. Thou hast done well. Thou hast destroyed me. Within the holy heartwood thou hast gathered burneth what little remaineth of my life force. Only now may I finally die. The fair isle of Furrowfield is set on a course for destruction. The ill wind that flowed from my corrupted form hath spread far and wide. I fear that my destruction alone cannot bring an end to the evils that plague this land. But through my strength, through the power that still dwelleth within my heartwood, a new Deitree may be born. Thou hast thou the skill to accomplish this feat, young builder? Canst thou conceive of the form I took once, and the form I must needs take once more? There is something else thou wouldst do well to recall, young builder. Creation is born of destruction, but mourn not, for nothing can be built from nothing. I await the day when thou wilt build a new Deitree and return life and light to this fair isle. Thou hast my deepest thanks for destroying me. Aha, you've done it already, haven't you, Crow? You've designed the new Deitree. Well, what are we waiting for? Let's head back to the farm and build that bad boy. Yeah. Deitree level 1 blueprints. Blimneck, is that what I think it is? Are you building us a new Deitree? Crow, do you really intend to build a new Deitree from scratch? Do you have any idea of the scale of the task you plan to undertake? Brilliant, my girl, simply brilliant. You plan to build a tree from a blueprint. The very thought of it, I have never heard a more ridiculous idea in my life, and yet this foolhardiness has reignited the fire of passion within my heart. Everyone, let's give this one more try. Let's build a new Deitree and make Furrowfield Farm flourish again. Rosie's right. We rebuilt the farm once and it all went up in smokes. But the dream ain't over yet. Yeah, with Crow here, I bet the whole thing will be a piece of cake. We will have a new Deitree built in, like, no time. Thank you, everyone. Thank you so much. I'll make you proud, Passer Al. Just you watch. All right, everyone, let's build Furrowfield a new Deitree. Ugh. This is gonna be annoying. I need bark, I need softwood, I need 36 of this. Everything else we're gonna have to get from somewhere else. Alright, we're gonna need leaves and bark, so... Oh, just... that big blah blah blah. As if it has an end. Forgive me, Crow, but I cannot help but think that this blueprint isn't quite finished. Wait, I think I understand. This isn't the whole Deitree, it's just the bottom bit. You split it up into 3 sections, right? What an excellent idea! 3 small projects will make it much easier to handle than one big one. You know, Crow, I learned a lot from Passer Al, but there's one thing he never taught me. He said there was a way to bestow the Deitree with even more power, but never got around to telling me what it was. I'll have to go over all my notes from my time under his tutelage. If I find anything out, I'll tell you right away. Thanks again for drawing blueprints, blah blah. In fact, we're also fired up at making a new Deitree that we want to help build it ourselves. Expect that the urge to create that welled up in us each time we ring the great big bell will help us. We're fated to help build. The only problem is we're not really sure what to do. We've never actually built anything before. Not properly, anyway. That's why you show us how it's done. Gather a few blocks of bark and begin building the blueprint, and we shall follow your lead. We'll need more than a few to build this old tree. Tell you what, while you're teaching these two how to build, we'll go and collect all the materials we need. Come on, everyone, let's get collecting. Bye. Seems our fellow villagers are eager as building as I. They will do their part, I have no doubt, but so too must we. Go, gather enough bark to finish the lowest level. Looks like you'll need about 40 blocks of bark. Yeah. Got it. 40 blocks of bark. Alright. Up. Doesn't look like we had too many spoil spores in our fields, actually, surprisingly. Alright, anyway, as I was saying. Let's just go here. We need barks and trees. Well, we got 46, so. Alright. Okay, so the rest is just bark. Incredible, absolutely incredible, Crow. Watching you place those pieces of bark in the perfect position was an educational experience indeed. Why, it was positively effeminate. Seen you building things before, Crow, but this is the first time I thought I might be able to handle it myself. Why, with Crow's highly detailed blueprint to work from, I'm sure we'll be able to make an excellent fist of it. Crow! Perry, what's all this shouting in aid of? We gathered all the materials we'll need to rebuild the Deitree. Really put a blood, sweat, and tears into this, Crow. We'll put it all in this here chest. This Crab Ham, I gathered all the extra blocks of bark and leaves we'll need to finish the blueprint. I tried my hand at building. I made some wooden steps. Well, I already did them. All in all, we prepared every single thing we'll need to build the Deitree. It's all in the chest. God, we finally tried our hand at gathering materials. Oh, we all know how hard it grows at it all this time. Oh, they're dead. Fine work, everyone. Now that we've both the skills and the means, the blueprint and building can begin in process. In earnest. Give up, Crow, no matter what. Yeah. 3% done. Oh my god. I want to try and talk to you. Done, my girl. After watching a merciful live, we're ready to build our Deitree. All we need is a blueprint and materials, and we'll be able to lend a hand. Of course, we cannot work without the necessary materials, so if you require assistance, sure to lay some supplies in stock. Fortunately, seems Perry and the others have gathered everything we need for the time being. We shall do the bulk of the building work, but it falls to you to place the crucial hardware, my girl. Once you've done that, our first blueprint is done. I think I speak for everyone when I say we're all very excited about building a new Deitree. But if we could get the beastly, ghastly children of Hagen back for being so odd to us, that would be even better. I'm counting on you, Crow. You too, Malroth. Seems all the preparations are in order. Everyone, I have an announcement to make. While you were away gathering materials, I was carefully studying Crow while she worked. I have gained a deep insight into the secrets of blueprint building, and I shall share my wisdom with you all. Follow my example, we shall have the Deitree standing tall. Power of the people. As long as you have a chest, residents will construct blueprints for you. Yeah, how does this work? Well, it's nice to say I don't have to do shit. This game is spoiling us. What are you guys hammering over here? Damn. That's cheating! You can't just build something in midair without anything touching it! That's cheating! They're cheating, my dudes. It's like literally, why would I do any work at this point? You know? They're doing it all for me. Almost 33% completed. They're only missing 4 pieces. 2, 3, 4. Level 1 blueprint done. I wonder what Pastor Al was going on about when he said there was a way to give the Deitree more power. I do remember him mentioning that when the ancient builder first built the Deitree, it was decorated with beautiful flowers in 3 different colors. When we planted all those crosses for it, gave the old tree power. Maybe planting flowers could do the same thing for the new one. Oh, 3 different colors of flowers, you say? I wonder if that's related to the Chromatic Keys. Aside from this island he found the old Deitree, there are 3 other little islands off the coast, so there are the Chromatic Keys, they used to call them. Perhaps they were named after the colors of the flowers. If nothing else is worth investigating. One of the islands was just to the east of my old burrow where you first met me. You should be able to fly over from the cliff overlooking the sea there. I'll probably want to warp to Fat Rat Rise. Might be worth it. Head to the first of the Chromatic Keys and see if there's anything that we can use to power up the Deitree. Okay. Squeak, what's that, human? You want to know how to get to the Chromatic Keys? One of them's just this way. Go east from here, and then go east some more. Go through the wood and over the sandy hill, and you'll hit some chalk cliffs. Climb right up to the top, you should be able to spot it. You'll need to fly, though. If you do manage to get there, give my regards to the elder. I feel like it's been like forever and a day since we've had to be over here. Meeting our Wrigley friend. Oh, treasure chest. Huh. We could have had ourselves a stone sword a long time ago. May the white flowers of the Covenant bring peace to the land. Thieves will be nibbled! Squeak, squeak. Well, if it isn't a human, how did you get all the way over here? Hold on, a human? Here? Elder! It's a human! Head on in. The elder will want to speak with you. He'll want to squeak with you. Well met, human. You're a builder, aren't you? You certainly smell like one. This can only mean one thing, and it's time for me to uphold our part of the Covenant. A builder came here long ago. He built the Deitree and imbued it with great power by means of 3 types of flower. The children of Hagen corrupted the tree. The elders of the fat rats, humans, and bodkin archers gathered to discuss what could be done. We all agreed that the seeds of those flowers must be kept safe until such a time a builder returned to the island and rebuilt the Deitree. And so we entered into a covenant, the humans, the fat rats, and the bodkin archers, to keep these seeds safe and pass them on to the next builder. One of the 3 sets of sacred seeds lies in the chest behind me. Take them, builder. They're yours now. Squeak! A milk blossom. Are those the flower seeds we're looking for? Let's tell that big fat rat that we found them and get back to the village. Children of Hagen came, destroyed the Deitree, and turned the soil into slime. So the leaders of the fat rats, blah, blah, blah. They pledged to each protect the seeds of the holy flowers and wait until the builders return. Now I've been waiting for you to come ever since. Go, builder, restore it. Oh, welcome back. Crow, did you find out to power up the Deitree, did you? Hang on, are they flower seeds you've got there? What did you say? Crow, did you bring back some flower seeds from the Chromatic Keys? What else did you find there? The elder of the fat rats was watching over them, then the flowers really must be the secret to filling the Deitree with power. All this talk of a covenant has come a bit as a shock, though. I never imagined the humans and the fat rats and the bodkin archers would have all joined forces together like that, but it's a good thing they did. So now we can rebuild the Deitree as good and strong as ever before. As soon as this blueprint's built, you should plant those milk blossom seeds and give our new Deitree a bit of a boost. So we better get this thing finished, hadn't we? Don't worry, you can leave most of the building to us. When we're done, all you'll need to do is place that piece of hardwood in the right place. Oh, what? Now that you placed that artwork, our first blueprint's good and finished. Yippee. Now we just have to plant some milk blossom seeds and give them some real flower power boost. Now that's something to look forward to. We Wigglies live a heck of a long time, but even so, I ain't never seen flowers before. But where should we put them? I know, let's plant them around the hardwood. Go on, plant 4 seeds. How did you get up here? Oh, well, thank you a million, me handsome. I ain't never seen pretty little flowers like them before. My goodness, flowers, they're so small but so beautiful. Are you really crying over a couple of poxy flowers? There must be seriously something wrong with you. But it's the first time we've ever seen anything like them. I'm just so happy. What was that light? It looked like it came from the flowers. Yeah, I reckon that was them charging up the Deitree with all the power them supposed to give it. I can hardly believe that we have built this ourselves. It wasn't so long that we were fervent followers of the children of Hagen. Now we are brilliant builders, and I shall be the much admired mayor of our community of construction. Huh? Does anyone else feel that? There's a wave of energy rising up towards us. OMG, did you guys see that? That wave of light was like totally like, did you see that, Bonanza? Well, I didn't do it deliberately, but perhaps I have powers beyond my own reckoning. You lot really are a bunch of idiots. That was the flowers charging up the Deitree. Blimneck, and now it's got some sort of aura around it. Oh, that's wild. We should totally keep building this thing up and see how cray it can get. Alright, Crow, that's the first stage finished, but we're not done yet. It's time for you to draw another blueprint. We're starting to get the hang of this blueprint building business now, so make it as big as you like. Cha! Hehehe. Deitree level 2. Goodness gracious me, what a wonderful blueprint you've drawn for us, Crow. Let's get building, everyone. This blueprint will be easy peasy for a wicked strong squad like us. There are still plenty of materials left in the chest, so we haven't anything to worry about on that front. We can get straight to work. You can leave the building part to our capable hands. It seems there are a lot of other things that need doing that only you can do. Give it our all. We shall have Crow's blueprint figure finished before we know it. Come on, everyone. Let's get started. I think they actually have enough in here to do everything they need to do. This new blueprint of yours is a work of living art. I ain't never been able to draw something like this, and not only because I ain't got no hands and to hold a pencil in. You needn't worry about the business of constructing it, my girl. We can handle all that ourselves. Your skills are pretty utilized elsewhere. Speaking of which, girl, do you think you could try and track down another of the 3 types of flowers? Bloomin' good thinking, Rose. If it's another Chromatic Key after, I can tell you where to find it. First off, you'll be wanting to walk to the old tomato farm where that elful lives. At the east side of the bog, you can see a spit of land in front of you. From there, you can fly over to an island. If you need some extra directions, have a word with that orc. Alright, you ready to come back and see a even bigger tree? Or do you think we can get back before? Hello again, little human. What brings you this side? It's just a hench, but you're not about to ask directions to the nearest Chromatic Key, are you? Alright then, you'll want to head east, and then keep going straight. Once you hit the ocean, turn left, follow the coast until you reach the spit. There you go. Gotta fly fast! Most of the time, it's just a lot faster to just... Because you're gonna soar through the air faster than you can walk. Because there's no run option. You're just naturally running all the time. The yellow flowers of the Covenant. This is probably going to be the home of the Bodkin archers. And the slime is going to be what's left over of the humans, because obviously humans don't live that long. Bottom of the swamp, no swimming. The boyers are here. A human approaches Tashi. No time for talking. It is save me and speak later. Okay. We should actually probably explore the Deitree a little more later. Or the old Deitree. Alright, looks like that's the last of them. Thank you, humans. My life I owe you. Rewarded, your bravery will be. Come here. Yes, yes, come quickly. Thank you, humans. Defeat the Bodkin Boers. You did. Save me. You did. Their pallid purple faces, did you see? Sick. The Bodkin Boers are completely enraptured by the children of Hagen. Tried to steal the seeds of the Covenant. They did. Lucky you arrived in time, that it was. Speaking of which, what brings you to this island, human? A builder, you say? Building a new Deitree, you say? Then take the Daffo Daisy seeds in this chest. You must. Seeds of the Covenant, they are. Complete your new Deitree. Yahoo! Alright, let's see if we beat them to finishing. We were faster than they were. Well, if they're still building. Then we're gonna take this opportunity to explore more of the Deitree's original island. Probably should have actually spent more time exploring that island over there, but I highly doubt there's anything. Well, I can't say that. There could literally be something, but... The fact that everything's a deep purple, though, is really helping my eyes. For the fact that my nightlight doesn't work in this anymore. I don't actually think we're gonna... Well, actually, never mind. I lied. Hello. Secret? A new dawn. Seems to be a long handwritten memoir. Do you want to read it? Yes. How many months, how many years has it been since I stumbled upon this new land? The inhabitants of this island call it Furrowfield and spend their day foraging for food in the forests and on the shore. An acorn wrapped in kelp is judged a delicacy. Yet the soil is so rich and fertile. I cannot stand idly by and see the island's true potential remain untapped. And so I built the Deitree and opened the people's eyes to the wonders of creation. I will never forget the joy they evidently felt when they harvested their first cabbages. Their faces lit up like never before. I pray that the love of building will continue to thrive and flourish here, but I cannot stay. I must leave them under the protection of the holy tree and continue my journey. Let's read the message. I came to this land to watch over it as it's past it, but to properly guide my flock would require me to know everything about this land in which they live. I traveled to every corner of the island, gathering all the writings I could and learning all there was of its storied history. No discussion of the island can be complete without mention of the Deitree, the hallowed tree that once blessed the island with boundless plenty. It seems this tree was not grown, but built by none other than the accursed builder who has escaped our clutches for so long. We are the children of Hog and cannot suffer one who poisons man's mind with the power of creation. The builder is a being of pure evil. And yet I am given pause for thought. Even in its much reduced state, the tree is still a towering presence that positively thrums with energy, and they say the builder created it from nothing. Must admit, this figure intrigues me. So that was Al. Al found the builder's original home? Yep, that's everything here, so. That's what I wanted to see. See, look at that secret. Oh, you've gone and found some yellow seeds for us, haven't you? They look so lovely, I can't wait to see them in full bloom. Only old Pastor Al could have been here to see them. That's all the more reason to finish the Deitree. It's what he would have wanted. Speaking of Pastor Al, I've been thinking more about what he said, about how we could give more power to the Deitree. I get the feeling that planting these flowers won't be quite enough to get it back to its full strength. We have to do something else too. So we need to imbue it with the purified power of everything that blooms and bears fruit. I'm not exactly sure how we go about doing it, but I'll find out. As soon as I do, you'll be the first to know. You might have to wait a bit, but it'll be worth it. Now, Crow will need to focus on finishing this here blueprint, just like last time. It's up to you to put the heartwood in. Yeet. The tree is still not done, by the way. We were gone for how long? There it is. Oh, you've placed the block artwork and finished the blueprint, have ye? That's blimmin' brilliant. Now all we need to do is plant those daffodilcy seeds and charge the Deitree up with power. And not bother anyone else that the children of Hagen haven't tried to stop us. They must have worked out what we're doing by now. It's what they always do. I've heard stories about the time long, long ago before everyone began believing their lies after they destroyed everything. The children of Hagen will always give people hope. Let us think we're going to turn out all right again. And just when victory was so close we could taste it, they destroy everything all over again and throw us into more despair than ever before. It's actually pretty clever. I like it. But obviously, they're an awful bunch and they have to be stopped. Crow, Malroth, I'm just as worried as you are about the children of Hagen, but we can't let that stop us. We have to focus on the Deitree. So let's see, what do we need to do? Yes. Oh, yes, plant the flowers! I'd like to point out that his big old body was stretched throughout this entire thing when I pushed him out. Like, longer than he should have. Like, look. I'm not gonna say the game is broken, but, that's not right. Oh, blimmin' fine work there. Them daffodilsies look almost as handsome as me. I I'm not a huge fan of flowers, but to be honest, they seem kind of weak. They smell okay, though. Apparently, Furrowfield used to be carpeted with meadows that were completely full of flowers. Imagine how lovely it must have smelled then. Once the Deitree is back in action and light and life return to the island, we can plant our own fields of flowers. Then we won't have to imagine. Did you see that? A flash of light just came out of the daffodillies. Where did this breeze come from? It feels kind of nice. If you'll notice, the ground in the area is starting to clean up everywhere. Once again, the flowers you planted have imbued the Deitree with power. It seems to have developed the strength to drive away the ill wind somewhat. Wow, the breeze coming out this tree is totally like firm but gentle. I feel so blessed right now. I can hardly believe it. We're really building an all new Deitree from scratch. This is blimmin' brilliant. Now all we have to do is build the very top of the tree and the Deitree will be complete. If we're gonna finish the Deitree, you'll need to draw the next blueprint, Crow. This will be the third and final section. Alright, do we want to finish the Deitree tonight, or do we want to finish it next week? Okay. I need the bike. Goodness gracious me, the third time really is the charm. What a terrific design. Looks fantastic, and once more, once we finish this, the Deitree will be finished too. We should still have plenty of materials in the chest. All we have to do is jolly well build the thing. I've worked out what we need to do to fill the Deitree with as much power as possible. Do you remember what I said about needing to imbue it with the purified power of everything that blooms and bears fruit? Well, that must mean our 5 crops. If we can find a way to extract the vital essence of everything we've grown so far, we can charge the Deitree with more power than ever before. I'll tell you all the ingredients that need to go into it. You just figure out a way to make it. We're almost there, everyone. Pull together for Furrowfield. The water of life. And that is where we'll leave it for this week. And we will pick up again with this next time. So, anyway, thank you everybody for watching. I hope you all enjoyed. And until the next time, everybody, stay funky purple.